this is fourth phase of system analysis. So in this phase, we want to work with KPI. I believe I have mentioned the term KPI before with you. Remember KPI? What is KPI?
Yes,
Key
sir.
performance
Indicator.
Very good. Key performance indicator. How do we measure performance? How do we measure performance? No answer? Okay. So let me proceed. So here we will introduce the term called business process reengineering, BPR in short. So BPR is referred a process to make the business process more efficient in terms of performance issues. Whenever we are having any process, we must need to have some performance parameter. We need to measure the process is fulfilling the requirement of the user or not. This could be one of the performance parameter. The time taken by the process, is it within the limited within the time frame that it was supposed to take? That could be even a process. The space taken, that could be again another what performance parameters. So we have to think about, or we have to find all possible performance parameters when we are designing a process. Now think about it, basic data entry. If basic data entry is a process, right?
Yes, yes.
What could be possible performance parameter for basic data entry?
The amount of data
Amount of data. So here I think, like, if you look into this particular line, it mentioned we want to improve a process in terms of quality, time, and cost. That means we want to make sure the data that we are storing is right data. That right? Correct? This is how we ensure the quality.
Yes, sir.
At the same time, we can also mention we must need to have metadata. What is metadata?
Sir, integers data. Sir, integers
Metadata
data.
is something. No. Metadata is something that describes the data, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Metadata is something that describes the data in a better way. So whenever we are storing the data, we are also, as you have seen in the previous slides, where we have mentioned that user need a source of data. When storing the data, they need to save the source from where the data has been collected. That means what? That means we are storing metadata of the data. Make sense? So when we are having a reference, when we mention this particular data has been taken from that book or that particular data record, what does that mean? That increase the quality of the data, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are something that can be done here. And time, what do you mean by time? Data entry time maneta ki? What does that mean?
আমার ডেটাগুলো নিতে কত সময় লাগছে?
কত কম সময় লাগবে? যেটা কম সময় লাগবে।
Exactly. To complete the whole process. To complete the whole process, how much time I am taking, right? That is time.
Yes.
Cost. What is the
Sir,
expenses, right? To
Yes,
run
sir.
the process, how much money is going. So what is my target? In case of BPR, my target is increase the quality.
Yes, sir.
Then
Decrease the time and cost.
increase the time. Increase the time, right?
স্যার ইনক্রিজ হবে কেন? স্যার টাইম কম হলে সেটা মোর
The time.
Data
Very good, very good. Increase the time and increase the cost, right?
No, sir, decrease the cost.
increase the cost.
Decrease the cost. Okay, I thought maybe you guys would be sleeping. That's why I'm just saying the other way around. Now, can you justify how can we decrease the cost and increase the quality? Is it proportionate to each other?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So what do you think? What do you think? If I want to increase quality, what will happen?
I have to increase time as well.
Very
So
good. So
cost
it
will
is
also go up.
not proportionate, it is inversely proportionate, isn't it? So increase the quality will increase the time and cost. But our target is reducing time, reducing cost, at the same time increasing quality. So isn't it like is it possible to perform these three activities together? What do you think? What do you think? Yes or no?
Possible.
How? How can you do that?
Either cost or time will increase at least, I think.
Right, right. So maybe for the time being it is not possible, but the main goal of BPR is to make it possible, make it happen. I don't know how, but they want it to, they want it to be done. How? I am not sure, and I think you are not also giving me the right answer. So I don't know how can this be achieved. So BPR can be consist of these 5 basic activities. So these activities involve what? Innovation new process for better QTC. What is QTC?
Quality time
What is
and
QTC?
Quality time
And cost.
Very good.
cost.
Quality, time, and cost. Then introduce changes in the process, diagnosis process, redesign and reconstruct the process, monitor the newly development process for further improvement. If you found there is a scope, then again innovation new process for better QTC. So this is a continuous process. Okay, so this is the main activity of BPR. And how we monitor, how we find the further improvement based on our QTI, we have to always think about our parameters, KPI, the key performance indicators. So we have to measure the output with our KPI, and with that, associated with that, we have to go to the next phase or next next
Process.
phase
Next
or
stage.
next
process.
Process.
what should be next
Next,
Sir, can't you hear properly?
agile.
sir,
Do you remember
sir,
agile?
sir, আপনাকে শোনা যাচ্ছে না কেমন?
Do you remember agile?
Yes, sir.
স্যার কি নিল? হ্যালো,
Sure, no, bro.
স্যার আপাতত নাই, আসবে আমার মা।
Sorry, I got disconnected. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I believe we were presenting. We are presenting the slide. So the question that I have asked you, do you remember agile process, agile way of developing of the software?
Yes, sir.
So in agile, we have shown how iteratively or incrementally we can develop the system. So BPR is also an incremental process. In each and every increment or in next phase, it will be even better. So in next increment, it will be better. So in each and every increment, it will get better and better until or unless it fulfill all the key performance indicator. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So going to the next phase. So this is KPI, key performance indicator. So what is there in KPI? First of all, increase effectiveness. So we have to somehow increase the effectiveness of the function. That means inefficient or not efficient things need to be get rid of. We need to get rid of the inefficient part of the components. Meaningful work for the staff. Staff should be doing meaningful work. Staff should not engage in something that is tedious in nature. Okay. Improve organizational performance by updating the basic function improvement performance of the organization. So organizational performance needs to be improved. Reducing cost. How can we reduce cost? As you can see, like if you can get rid of unnecessary thing, of course the cost will reduce. So this is basically how we can reduce the cost. So we can reduce the cost, at the same time we can reduce the time. If unnecessary processes or unnecessary activities can be reduced, then we can reduce the cost, reduce the time, and improve quality. Definitely we have to improve the product quality, service quality, by reducing unnecessary work done by the stakeholders. So these are the KPIs. So in your case, you have to think of these KPIs. That means each and every process, for each and every process, you have to apply these 5 things. How can we make the process more effective? How can we provide meaningful work to the staff? How can we improve organizational performance? How can we reduce cost and time? How can we improve overall quality of the process? So these are the 5 things that you have to think for all the processes. So this is basically how these things can be done. So this is the template that we need to use for performing this activity. Now, process name, what is your first process?
Data entry.
What is your data
Basic
entry?
data.
Basic
Basic
data
data entry. Stakeholders who are involved?
Shredder users.
Data user and admin.
Admin, then
According to our diagram, shader user and admin. Very good. Concern. Concern means problems. So is there any problem in the software, in the process? Do you think there is any problem? Who will tell you about the problem? Can you tell me about the problem?
So the users are gonna tell us about the problem.
Very good. User is gonna tell you. So who would be user? In your case, it would be me.
Yes.
I will be telling you the problems, but you have to ask me. If you don't ask, I won't say. Okay? And then for each and every problem, you have to analyze why the problem is there. For example, the very first problem I tell you, okay, it takes long time to find the data. To find the data before entering the data, it took me long time. Huge amount of time is going to look for the data. Now the problem is there. Can you analyze? Can you find out the reason for the problem?
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, like if you tell me, if you give us a problem, we can.
No.
Come
I
up
already have given you the problem. Now you have analyzed the problem and answered the reason for this problem.
sir, because of slow internet connectivity, it can take time for data entries.
No. The issue here is it takes long time to collect the data. That doesn't mean for internet performance. It is because the data are scattered. All data are not found in a particular page. So we have to look for the data in different sources. We have to get the sources. So we have to get in touch with different people, different report, and that is time consuming process. Okay, it's not the internet. Make sense? Make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now propose solution. How can you perform better? What you can do so that this time can be reduced?
So we can introduce a
You can
software
centralize
that
the data.
You can use
we can use a software that will do this work for us, like a search
So-
engine.
so you will create a software which will search data for me, and believe me, the PDFs, government PDFs in Bangla, the data are kept in Bangla in government PDF files. How your software gonna work?
Sir, we can centralize the database.
By what do you mean by centralize the database? Which database you are talking about?
I mean the data sources. We can centralize the data sources.
So whether data source is on your hand, can you do whatever you want with the sources? Whether statistical people or energy units of government, will they follow your command because you have developed a software or you want to develop a software? They will follow your lead. What do you think?
No, sir.
Okay, then what?
Sir, we can have more Shredder users to work on it.
So then what
Then it would take less time. Like if more people are working on a single project, then it will take less time to collect the data.
But sir, cost increases.
Time is reduced, but what about cost?
So cost increases.
And Shredder has an organogram. They can't hire. Yes, this is what. Can you do that? Can you tell someone like, okay, you have to use my software, and to do so you need some more people, you need to hire more people, and you have to use, you will be using my software. Can you do that?
No, sir.
No, sir, you can't. Then
Sir,
what?
maybe we could standardize an input method that.
Okay, so this is your homework. Okay, we want you to think further. We want you to think further and think of something that can be done. I know you might not be able to come up with any right answer, but whatever you come up with, let's see, let's talk and let's discuss. So that was there from us. So we would like to finish our analysis phase 4 here, and now you are up ready for assignment.